Listen to me. Life's not running out of blessings for you. The problem is you've been so focused on what's missing that you can't even see what's already in your hands. Gratitude changes that. It's like a magnet. The more you practice it, the more blessings, opportunities, and breakthroughs start showing up in your life. And it's not magic. It's the way your mindset shifts. When you start waking up thankful for what you have, you start treating it better. You work harder for it. You protect it. And when you take care of what you have, life keeps giving you more. That's why some people seem to always have doors opening for them. It's because they live in gratitude, and gratitude keeps attracting more to be grateful for. When you open your eyes in the morning, before you even check the time, before you scroll your phone, before you think about the work, the bills, the deadlines, what's the first thought that hits your mind? For most people, it's stress, it's worry. I'm tired. I don't feel like getting up. And right there, before your feet have even touched the ground, you've already handed over control of your day. You've already set the tone, and you didn't even realize it. That's why gratitude in the morning isn't just a nice idea. It's a weapon. It's the first play you run. It's the opening move that decides whether you're going to operate today in power or in weakness. Gratitude is not just saying thank you in your head. It's a posture. It's a decision. It's waking up and saying, I'm breathing. I've got another shot. I've got another day to chase it. I've got another day to correct it. I've got another day to live it. The second you put gratitude first, you stop letting negativity write the script for your day. You put yourself in control of the energy you're bringing into every single thing you do. You're not reacting to life. You're setting the pace. When you start your morning in gratitude, your brain shifts. Your focus changes. The problems that seemed heavy yesterday don't feel the same today because you're looking at them from a higher place. That bill you've got to pay, you're thankful you have the means to work toward paying it. That early workout you didn't want to do, you're grateful your body can move. That meeting you thought would drain you, you're thankful for the opportunity to make an impact. Gratitude doesn't erase hard things. It gives you the perspective and fuel to face them. You can wake up in one of two ways. You can wake up reactive, letting your feelings drag you through the day, or you can wake up proactive, using gratitude to set the thermostat of your mind. If you start at gratitude, you're starting high. And when life tries to push you down, it's got a long way to go before it breaks you. But if you start low, complaining, irritated, ungrateful, then the smallest inconvenience will ruin you. That's why your morning mindset is not optional. It's not something you leave to chance. Gratitude in the morning is like laying down the foundation of a house. If the foundation is strong, the storms can come, the winds can blow, and you'll still stand. If the foundation is weak, the whole thing crumbles. You can't expect to live a strong day off a weak start. And here's the truth. Gratitude doesn't just happen. You don't stumble into it. You've got to choose it. You've got to train yourself to wake up and see the blessing before you see the burden. You've got to train yourself to look at what's right before you look at what's wrong. If you want a powerful day, you've got to win the first 10 minutes. And winning the first 10 minutes starts with gratitude. It's not about being fake. It's not about ignoring the fact that life can be hard. It's about deciding that before you deal with the hard, you're going to acknowledge the good. Before you carry the weight, you're going to celebrate the fact that you're strong enough to carry it. Before you step into the grind, you're going to fuel yourself with the right mindset. Because here's the reality. You can't always control what happens in your day, but you can control how you show up for it. And how you show up starts the second you wake up. If you open your eyes and immediately choose gratitude, you're putting yourself in position to respond to everything from a place of strength, patience, and vision. You're setting a standard for yourself that says, I will not let my circumstances dictate my spirit. I will dictate my circumstances with my spirit. That is the power of setting the tone early. That is the power of gratitude. The moment you wake up, you've got to understand your mind can't live in two places at once. You can't hold on to anger, bitterness, jealousy, self-pity, and at the same time genuinely feel gratitude. They don't mix. They can't breathe the same air. One will always push the other out. And that's why gratitude is so powerful. It doesn't just make you feel better. It eliminates the space for negativity to even survive. Think about it. When you wake up and start the day with, I'm blessed to see another sunrise. I'm thankful I still have the chance to work on my dreams. I'm grateful for the people in my life who believe in me. There's no room left in that mental space for complaining about the weather, worrying about what somebody said about you, or feeling sorry for yourself because things aren't perfect yet. Gratitude doesn't share the table with negativity. It takes the whole seat. Negativity feeds on attention. The more you focus on what's wrong, what's missing, or who hurt you, the bigger it gets. But gratitude shifts the spotlight. It says, yeah, things aren't perfect, but look at what I do have. Look at what's still possible. Look at how far I've already come. And the moment you shift your focus like that, negativity starts to lose its oxygen. It can't survive in a room filled with thankfulness. This is why some people stay stuck. They say they want change, but they wake up every day and feed their mind the same diet of complaints and problems. They expect to build a winning life on losing thoughts. But it doesn't work like that. The second you switch to gratitude, you disrupt that cycle. You force your brain to see the opportunity instead of the obstacle, the solution instead of the setback. Even science backs this up. When you're grateful, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good stuff. That's your body's way of reinforcing positive thinking. But when you're negative, you release stress hormones like cortisol, which keep you in survival mode, not growth mode. You can't run toward your purpose when you're stuck in a mental cage, and negativity is that cage. Gratitude is the key that opens it. Some of you have been letting negativity steal your energy for too long. You've been letting it run your mouth, your mood, and your moves. But the moment you say, I refuse to focus on wrong, I'm going to focus on what's right, you take your power back. That's the decision you have to make daily. Not just when life is good, but especially when life is tough. Gratitude is not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing the most powerful perspective to face that reality. Here's the thing. Problems will always be there. Disappointments will always happen. People will still talk. Money will still get tight, and plans will still fall apart sometimes. But gratitude is the difference between letting those moments poison your spirit or letting them sharpen your focus. When you're grateful, I'm not shaken as easily. You've got an anchor. You've got a reason to keep going. You've got fuel in your tank when everyone else is running on fumes. Negativity and gratitude can't coexist because one is about what's missing and the other is about what's present. One says, I don't have enough. The other says, oh, I already have more than I deserve. One drains you, the other fills you. And every single day, you get to decide which one you'll let live in your mind. There's a massive shift that happens in your life when you stop looking at your responsibilities as burdens and start seeing them as privileges. That's the power of gratitude. It flips the script from I have to into I get to. The words might seem small, but the mindset shift is huge. When you say, I have to, you're already dragging your feet before you even start. You're operating like someone being forced into action. But when you say, I get to, you're moving like someone who sees opportunity, someone who understands the blessing in the grind, someone who knows tomorrow isn't promised. Think about it. I have to go to work. Feels heavy, draining, and loaded with resentment. I get to go to work. Carries gratitude for the fact that you have a source of income, a skill to offer, and the chance to make progress toward your goals. I have to study sounds like punishment. I get to study means you have access to education, knowledge, and resources that billions of people in history could only dream of. I have to work out sounds like a chore. I get to work out means your body is functioning, your heart is beating, and you have the strength to move when so many would give anything to be able to do the same. This one shift changes how you show up, because when you frame something as a privilege, you approach it with energy and intention instead of resentment. You stop doing the bare minimum just to get through it and start squeezing every ounce of value from the opportunity in front of you. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood. It changes your effort. You show up better because you realize you're not entitled to the moment you're in. It's a gift. And here's the truth. Life has a way of reminding you just how temporary everything is. The job you complain about could be gone tomorrow. The people you take for granted won't always be there. The health you ignore could be taken in an instant. When you're grateful, you don't waste time wishing things were different. You maximize what's right in front of you because you know nothing lasts forever. Gratitude puts urgency in your actions because you understand the privilege of now. Too many people live like they're being forced to participate in life. They walk around sighing, dragging, counting down until the day is over. They don't realize that every have to they hate is something somebody else is praying for. Somebody is praying for the job you dread. Somebody is praying for the family you take for granted. Somebody is praying for the opportunities you complain about. Gratitude keeps you aware of that. It keeps you humble. It reminds you that your current reality is someone else's answered prayer. When you live in a get to mindset, even challenges feel different. Instead of, I have to face this problem, it becomes, I get to grow through this problem. Instead of, I have to take this risk, it becomes, I get to take this chance. You stop running from difficulty because you see it as part of the privilege of being alive and chasing something bigger. Gratitude reframes the grind as a blessing. It turns every task into a chance, every struggle into a stepping stone, and every day into an opportunity. This shift doesn't happen by accident. You have to train it. You have to catch yourself when you slip into I have to language and replace it with I get to. You have to remind yourself daily that you're living moments around that you'll wish you could relive one day. The sooner you adopt that perspective, the sooner your whole life starts to feel lighter, stronger, and more purposeful. Because once you really understand that every have to is actually a get to, you stop living like you're being dragged through life and start living like you're being invited to it. Discipline isn't just about willpower. Focus isn't just about concentration. At the core of both is your why. The reason you keep showing up, even when it's hard. The reason you push yourself when no one's watching. And nothing strengthens that why, like gratitude. A grateful mindset fuels discipline and focus because it keeps you connected to the value of what you're working toward and the privilege of even having the chance to work for it. When you're grateful, you don't treat your goals like chores. You treat them like opportunities. You don't look at waking up early as punishment. You see it as a gift that you get another day to chase your dream. You don't see staying late at the office or putting in extra reps at the gym as suffering. You see it as investing in something you're thankful you have the chance to build. That shift in perspective is what gives discipline its strength. If you don't value what you're doing, you won't stay consistent. Gratitude makes you value it, so quitting becomes harder to justify. Think about people who burn out quickly. Most of the time, it's not because they don't have the ability, it's because they lose sight of why they're doing it. They start to see their efforts as obligations instead of opportunities. But a grateful person stays locked in because they never forget what life was like before they had the shot they have now. They remember when they prayed for what they're living. They know the blessing can be taken away at any moment. So they treat every day like it matters. Gratitude also sharpens focus because it removes distractions. When you're ungrateful, your mind is always wandering toward what you wish you had or where you wish you were. That makes it impossible to lock in on the task at hand. But when you're grateful, you're contented enough to stay present. You can give your full attention to the moment because you're not constantly looking for the next thing to fill a void. Gratitude clears the mental clutter so your energy isn't scattered. Even in the toughest seasons, gratitude can keep you disciplined because it gives you perspective. You may not enjoy the grind, but you're thankful for the growth it's producing. You may not love the challenge, but you're grateful for the strength it's building in you. That mindset keeps you from running when it gets uncomfortable. In fact, it makes you lean in harder because you see the difficulty as part of the privilege. Gratitude doesn't make things easier. It makes you stronger so you can handle them. And here's the part. Most people miss discipline fueled by gratitude is sustainable. Discipline fueled by guilt or pressure eventually burns out because it's built on negativity. But when your discipline comes from a place of thankfulness for the chance, the resources, the talent, or the people supporting you, you keep going, not because you have to, but because you get to. That's why grateful people outlast talented people. Talent fades without focus. Ambition dies without discipline. But gratitude keeps feeding both day after day. If you want sharper focus, wake up thankful for the mission you're on. If you want stronger discipline, remind yourself what a blessing it is to even have a mission. The people who get the farthest aren't the ones with the most skill or the easiest path. They're the ones who refuse to waste the opportunities they've been given. Gratitude makes wasting it unthinkable. It keeps your head clear, your heart steady, and your actions consistent. And that combination is exactly what makes discipline unshakable and focus unbreakable. Challenges are unavoidable. No matter how much you plan, prepare, or pray, life is going to test you. There will be moments that feel unfair, situations that push you to your limits, and obstacles that seem designed to break you. Most people see challenges as interruptions, something that gets in the way of the life they want. But a grateful mindset flips that perspective. Gratitude changes how you see challenges because it refuses to see them as roadblocks. It sees them as stepping stones, as tools for growth, as proof that you're still in the game. When you're grateful, you understand that a challenge is not the enemy. It's the process. You recognize then that the very thing that's frustrating you right now might be shaping you into the kind of person who can handle the success you've been asking for. Gratitude makes you ask different questions. Instead of, why me? You start asking, what is this teaching me? Instead of, when will this end? You start asking, how can I grow from this? Those questions keep you moving forward instead of sinking into self-pity. Without gratitude, challenges feel personal. You think life is out to get you. You take every setback as a sign you're failing. But with gratitude, you see the bigger picture. You understand that pressure is part of the process. You remember time when past struggles ended up being the very thing that prepared you for future breakthroughs. Gratitude gives you that memory. It keeps you anchored in the fact that storms don't last forever and that sometimes they're necessary to clear the way for something better. Even the most successful people face problems daily, but the difference is how they interpret them. Ungrateful thinking says, this is proof I'm not ready. This is proof I should quit. Grateful thinking says, this is proof I'm growing. This is proof I'm moving. This is proof I'm on the right track. Gratitude reframes challenges as indicators that you're stretching, and stretching means progress. It's not supposed to be comfortable. Comfort never built anything legendary. Gratitude also shifts the emotional weight of challenges. If you see a problem as a curse, you approach it with frustration, anger, and anxiety. That emotional state drains your energy and clouds your judgment. But if you see the same problem as an opportunity in disguise, you approach it with curiosity, patience, and determination. That's the power of gratitude. It doesn't change the size of the challenge, but it changes the size of your perspective. And a big perspective makes big problems feel smaller. Some of the toughest seasons in your life will turn out to be the most valuable chapters, but you only see that if you stay grateful while you're in them. Gratitude keeps your eyes open for lessons. It makes you alert to resources, connections, and solutions you would have missed if you were too busy complaining. Challenges have a way of revealing your real strength. And gratitude ensures you don't waste that revelation. You can't always avoid difficulty, but you can always choose your outlook. Gratitude is a choice that says, even though this is hard, I'm thankful I'm strong enough to face it. I'm thankful this has built something in me that easy times never could. I'm thankful that if I'm being tested, it means I still have a purpose to fulfill. When you live with that mindset, challenges stop feeling like punishment and start feeling like preparation. Gratitude doesn't just help you survive them. It turns them into the very thing that equips you for the next level. Gratitude is more than just a feeling. It's a magnet. The more you practice it, the more reasons you seem to find to keep practicing it. It's not magic. It's mindset. When you live in gratitude, your attention shifts. You start noticing the good in your life, the opportunities in front of you, the progress you've already made. And because your focus is on the positive, you start to act, speak, and make decisions from that place. Those actions then create more outcomes to be thankful for. It's a cycle. And once you step into it, it builds momentum. When you walk into a room with a grateful heart, your energy changes. People feel it. You're not the one complaining, dragging the mood down, or focusing on what's wrong. You're the one seeing what's right, and that draws people toward you. That's not just about being positive. It's about influence. The people you attract and the opportunities you're given are often a reflection of the energy you carry. Gratitude creates an atmosphere that others want to be around, and that atmosphere opens doors. Even when it comes to problem solving, our gratitude plays a role in attracting more blessings. A grateful person looks for solutions, not excuses. They see setbacks as temporary and lessons as valuable. That mindset keeps them moving forward, and moving forward puts them in the path of new opportunities. Meanwhile, someone stuck in negativity can't see the openings right in front of them because their focus is on everything going wrong. Gratitude keeps your eyes on the possibilities, and when your eyes are open, you see what others miss. The same applies to your personal life. Gratitude deepens relationships. When you regularly acknowledge and appreciate the people in your life, those relationships grow stronger. Strong relationships lead to more support, more encouragement, more collaboration, more things to be grateful for. On the other hand, when you take people for granted, those connections weaken and you lose out on the very blessings you were overlooking. It's also worth noting that gratitude changes how you interpret success. Some people get what they've been working for and immediately start focusing on the next thing they don't have yet. They skip right past the moment they once dreamed of living. But grateful people stop and take it in. They celebrate it. They recognize the work, the help, and the timing that made it possible. That kind of awareness not only makes success sweeter, it makes you more likely to maintain and grow it. Gratitude also attracts more to be grateful for because it builds resilience. Life will throw challenges at you no matter what mindset you have. But when you're grateful, you're quicker to bounce back. That resilience keeps you in the game long enough to see the reward on the other side of the hardship. Most people quit before they reach that point. Grateful people endure. And because they endure, they get to experience more wins, more breakthroughs, more blessings. There's a reason you see people who seem to keep getting lucky in life. It's often not luck at all. It's the compound effect of gratitude. They've trained themselves to see the good, to maximize the good, and to respond to challenges in a way that creates more good. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about building a reality where blessings don't get lost in the noise. Gratitude keeps you in that frequency. And when you stay there, it feels like life keeps handing you more and more reasons to be thankful